My fairy godmother. It's beautiful.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep.
I can't believe the news today. I can't close my eyes and I can't go away. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday.
That's right. I'd rather he's grabbing him by the pussy as opposed to he is a pussy. What are we looking at? Looking at TopSide from the depths of the north. Something I didn't know. First of all, separation is natural. I don't know about Bloody Mary mixes. Says you're supposed to shake this before enjoying. This is actually from Farmhouse Pantry LLC, Esco, Minnesota. Esco, by the way, is the, let's see. As I'm heading to Jolson's tomorrow morning, first I pass Proctor, Minnesota, and then Esco, Minnesota. 56% juice. Okay. Must be sealing the whole thing. Opening bottles is complicated. Hey, you know what's kind of funny? Sad if you're a libtard, but you know how if you drive through a neighborhood and you see someone flying an American flag, you just know that they are a patriot and a conservative? Oh, and it's freedom of expression to burn an American flag, but you're racist and can go to jail if you burn a fag flag. Who knew? Jeremy informs me that it's 2 of these. I mean, if somebody knew about vodka, it'd be Jeremy. The best part about this Bloody Mary mix is I picked it up on Vivian. Oh, I've got to grab another stir stick. So do you think there's a single libtard out there that feels cheated, knowing that this country has not been run by Biden for how many years now? I think it's funny that everyone's all of a sudden acting surprised on shit we all knew about years ago. Smells like Bloody Mary mix. Cheers. Well, I think the meat stick has more flavor. Let's see, ingredients. tomato juice, tomato, salt, vitamin C, citric acid, naturally derived, water, lemon juice from concentrate, lime juice from concentrate, Worcester sauce, vinegar, anchovies-ish, garlic, molasses, onions, salt, sugar, water, chili peppers extract, pickle brine, water, vinegar, salt, sugar, natural clam extract. I could go for some natural clam right about now. Hot sauce, water, pepper, salt, vinegar, spices, xanthan gum, horseradish, I'm just wondering, it's got horseradish and then horseradish, vinegar, water, soybean oil, salt, natural flavor, spices, hot sauce, vinegar, red pepper, salt. Refrigitate after opening. Din said that he didn't get to test the durability of a bear skull against a mag dump out of a 9mm of Full Metal Jackets. Still got to clean the damn pistol, didn't even shoot it. Again, I could go for some fresh clam. Okay. Go ahead on the hose. The garbage bag is upstairs and I'm in the basement reviewing a Bloody Mary mix, and then I'll be out to enjoy sun and beer, and I'll bring you one. Okay, gotta go. Man, this is really light. Oh, it's that AI chick. Even though Isabella cough. What? What? Okay, never mind. I tried. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I know. Hold that thought. Okay. First thing is to add some preservative. Here's another fun fact, Jolson. The filthy that I grabbed that you picked up, I'm sure you did not pick it up this long ago. But if this was Cobra, he'd already be throwing the shit out. Still should be good, right? I mean, I'm sure it didn't go bad. I mean, it's a little chunky, but, you know, you just have to mix it better with... Must be a chunk of mold stuck at the entrance. It's all good. Maybe it's a human finger stuck in there. Oh yeah. Don't worry, Cobra. It's all good. Makes about 8 Bloody Marys. By the way, I did find the AI girl, and she is real. Now, are those pictures, you know, fixed up? I mean, I can tell you the girl is not, the girl is not AI. I mean, she really does exist. Here's one of her at the hotel room last night. One of her filing for divorce court. Never mind. Save those for later, if you know what I mean. Okay. First in is Smile Money saying first. And then that cheap old gun guy says one. You mean one more.
Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body.
Rich says cheers all. Cheap old gun guy says cheers, Rich. And you know the thing. Then Smile Money says Biden had to prepare to stand for 90 minutes. He really expects us to believe he is going to walk 18 holes of golf and carry his bag? Come on, man. I don't think he could carry his putter and play 18 holes and putt-putt. Cheapo Gun Guy says, hell, he couldn't hit 9 balls on the driving range.
Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body.
Smile Money says back to him, do you think he could even figure out which way to drive the golf ball? Gun Glutton says Matt could drink for 2 days straight and still communicate more clearly than Biden. Smile Money says, well, I agree. He does not mumble or lose his train of thought, but I think him and Sleepy Joe could tell each other weird arse stories for days. See those? Cheapo Gun Guy says, except when Matt talks about green tea, you know, someone with their jaw wired shut, who communicates a hell of a lot better than Slow Joe ever did. And then you know the thing. And then he says the smile money, the only difference is that Matt would tell weird ass stories and Slow Joe would tell weird ass pedo stories. Sharky says we all could do that. And then Smile Money says the Cheapo Gun Guy Matt speaks clearly, but the words in his thoughts are puzzling at times. He does his best, bless his heart. Cheapo Gun Guy, Gun Glutton. Trump should have stopped the debate and said, this is ridiculous, look at this man. This is elder abuse. Who's been running the country for the last years? You know, it's funny that you say that because I've actually wondered what would happen if he would have done that. You know, of course, the libtards would have just said, well, this is just more proof that Biden has Trump so outmatched that his only course of action was to pull this. So, see, Gun Glutton, our camp seems to lose no matter what. Because people like us have been pointing this shit out for years. Like, since Pedo Joe took office. Years we've been saying this. And yet, all of a sudden, the fucking douchebags at CNN are going, oh my God, we just never saw this coming. Yeah, okay. So it kind of goes back to this is bullshit and this should be stopped and stopped now. Because obviously Joe is not and has not been running the country. So that means an unelected, there's a reason we have elections, even though it's all fraud and they choose a person and then tell you that's who won by majority. It's a crock of shit that our system is so broken and it's all on display right now. And yet, Gun Glutton, no matter what Trump would have, could have, or does do, the libtards are all. I mean, look, they're already starting. There's that whole commercial about how all of the celebrities that are saying there's no way that we could possibly elect someone like Trump, and it's just like, you know, what my biggest takeaway from that list of celebrities is I now will no longer spend my money on any of your fucking shit. Because if you want to be the only part of you that I ever liked was the dance monkey fucking dance. To stand there and try to say, you know, especially there's this one girl, I don't even recognize her, but through the whole bit, every single time they come back to her, she's fucking crying. Of course she's crying, she's a fucking actor. Okay. Jolson says we don't need any more cowbell. I'm good. David says up your ass. Cheapo Gun Guy says no. We need more.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
At least that has some flavor. Smile Money says Guinness is on your bad beer list. Kind of depends on which one, though. See, there's a difference between bad, as in if somebody handed me one, I would hand it back. Guinness is just, it's the darkest beer with no flavor. And there was one, I don't remember which one it was, because NIHAP sent me one, and that one is actually pretty good. It wasn't like, I've never even seen that one around here. No, I mean, when I think bad, I mean like I didn't finish it, and I wouldn't finish it. I'm just gonna go dump it down the drain, kind of a scenario. I'd finish that for $1 or free, or I'd pay, actually, money. Just out of curiosity, to see if that is going to get thrown out. Well, I suppose the worst that would happen is it would be diluted. Just, I'd be using it to cut good stuff down to see if it's usable or not. Okay, first we'll see if it survives just as a beer additive. It could be used for this. Here's a weird thing. You know, if you make a hamburger on the grill and you don't eat all of them, and you put them in a container and put them in the refrigerator, and then if you were to take those hamburgers out the next day while they're still cold and smell it or lick it, that kind of hamburger grease kind of smell, that's what this tastes like. I'm not saying that it's bad. I mean, I'm not saying that it's good, but it's just really void of flavor. Like how they, that's why I use the words water so many times. If I wouldn't have used the words water that many times, maybe it'd have more flavor. I mean, it seems like it has enough ingredients in it. Cheapo Gungai subcomment says, it's on mine, but I've got no taste anyway, except for... That's better. And then Smile Money says, back to Cheapo Gungai, I can avoid bad beer just by buying what I know I like. I am boring that way. Yuengling Lager is my go-to first choice. It's a good beer. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I've had anything from Yuengling that I haven't liked. Smile Money says, I do not say that you're an alcoholic. I have been... I have seen you stop drinking at will. However, you are a heavy drinker, and that can reduce your life expectancy by 20 to 15 years. You are also more likely to experience liver damage, heart disease, and dementia. Huh? I could overlook the small chest. So you have that going for you. David says buzzkill, and Smile Money gives him a link to something. I don't know. And it's a 6-second skit from Animal House. For which I have to reteach the sound every time I unplug this thing, okay. Okay. Okay, I give up.
She's a mother, not a whore.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Okay. And Cheapo Gun Guy says, here's a change of pace. Fake news. It's just so you can't say I'm on every comment I wrote. FJB. And then he says to David, no shit. And FJB. Smart Money, Jill Obama. I know you will not remember saying that there's heroin involved. But no, it's Jill Obama, right? The question that I still throw out there is it, can you get, and of course the supreme the black Jesus, you have to ask yourself, how exactly do you feel that the person that you voted for is not actually the president? I mean, other than, like, okay, so someone would say, yeah, but he really is the president. Okay, how would you like to sit down and have an interview with the guy that's going to perform your heart surgery? You ask for his credentials, you talk to him about his education, and then as you're getting ready to be gassed and go under, you see Sleepy Joe putting the gloves on and the mask to get ready to do your heart surgery. Just because, yeah, technically, yeah, he does have the title for the position. The fact is that he doesn't even know he's shitting his pants, let alone being in charge of this country. Absolutely, don't even care what her face looks like. I would take her long before the fucking Tavor. I just don't like the Tavor. Salty, make nakedness great again. Multi-gun man sub-comment says, orange naked man bad. Signed, Joe Biden. Cheapo Gun Guy says, only if it's in the privacy of your own country. And then he hit this.
Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
And then he says the multi-gun man says the pedo press. Pedo prez. Yeah, you know that's. Well, but you know that's okay because
Joe Biden!
Mr. 27 says,
Fuck Joe Biden!
Yeah, the libtards should be proud to know that I like that. You know, more fake news. All of the stuff about Stupid Joe have all been deep fakes. Yeah, that was kind of proven wrong on a live debate, wasn't it? Hosted by CNN. Spiderman says, leave Biden as the candidate. If he gets 81 million votes, even CNN might wonder if some level of fraud occurred. Well, at this point in time, well, yeah, at this point in time, I believe that the libtards have made this bed, and I don't know if they were so stricken with greed that they just somehow thought that they could drug Joe up and fake their way through the presidential debate and it would be all okay. It's going to be a lot harder to fake the next election, though, because there's going to be that much less. Even some Democrats, not the libtards. The libtards don't care. Libtards could care less about God, country, the future of America, your children, their grandchildren. They have to have the power and keep it regardless of what it does to the country. But the rest of them actually might be sitting back now going, what in the hell? David says, next trip to Jolson's, kindly bring back all of the cowbells so I can ventilate them. Cheapo Gun Guy says, now that's a plan. And
Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Sharky says, yes, please. Smart Money said, I didn't have much flavor, couldn't really taste the blue and the berry. It was more like a green berry flavor. I did feel the tea, and it made me need to pee. Cheapo Gun Guy says, peeing seems to be a hobby nowadays. Here's another hobby of mine.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Bad says, greetings, Captain. And Cheapo Gun Guy, says that thing. I don't know if she looks mean and that's hot, or if she looks mean and I'm a little afraid. Multi Gunman says, what the fuck's going on here? Why is there no whiskey or 357 Magnums? Cheapo Gun Guy says, not everyone has class. Here's how much class I have.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Multi Gunman? I tell you what, seems how it's an in thing these days. Here is my transgender 357 Magnum, just for you. My sack is sweaty. Smart Money. Whiskey is not in your top 5 on the shelf. It tastes like aged crap. Talk about high standards, Matt. Cheapo Gun Guy says, you stabbed me in the heart And the only defense I have is...
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
Smart Money says to Cheapo Gun Guy, did you buy that bottle for Eric? What was the question? Mike says, cheers, you bad boy. Cheapo Gun Guy says, cheers, but I'm good. Real good with...
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
I like volleyball. Sort of. Maybe that's the thing. What is the expiration date? Oh, here it is. Best if used by 4/18 of 26. So this stuff is like good forever, and yet someone out there is selling filthy that obviously Jolson, that had to have been expired before it even arrived at your house. Or off the shelf at your liquor store. We've seen a picture of her moments ago. She has stellar nipples. Wade, so you're experimenting with making knife handles. It's habit forming, and you'll start looking at everything as possible handle material. When you start looking for brass, for guards, and learning to make mosaic pins, etc., etc. Cheapo Gun Guy says, sounds habit forming. Like?
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
Wade says, Cheapo Gun Guy, you are correct, sir. Joe actually...
But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden! But Joe Biden!
himself Thursday night. He didn't even know it. Then Wade says Biden is the Democratic nominee. He won the primaries. Tuesday, only way to replace him is if he steps down. Well, and Wade, we know how unlikely that is because Jill obviously cares more about the being in the big house. I wish he was in the big house. Being in the White House more than she gives a fuck about Joe. And like I've already touched on, I don't... every time I've heard someone say, oh, I kind of felt bad. No, I didn't feel bad at all about the piece of shit fucking pedophile asshole who cares about nothing but himself and getting greed and hanging on to power. I mean, please, some libtard. Sorry, Lily always used to point out that I might be able to interact with other political people if I just tone down my rhetoric. So, let me start over. So, nope, can't do it. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck him all the way to hell. I hope he dies, and when he goes to hell, he's tortured for eternity. Maybe small children can nibble on his neck while sticking things in his ass. J-Dog's at work. Cheapo Gun Guy says, as Edgar Allan says, nevermore, but there's something that's a lot more.
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
J-Dog? Turns out the knife I got is bigger than that real steel. Is that bad? Cheapo Gun Guy says, not to brag, but mine is real big.
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
Good God. What time is it? Cheapo Gun Guy? What? You cheated me out of
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
So here's a
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
to counter the
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
I didn't get when I don't get my
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
I generally have to have two
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
to make up for the
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
I never received. So
Macho Biden! Macho Biden! Macho Biden!
take that. Showed me. Lose the tattoos. I mean, at this very moment in my life, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but here's the snit to go with my snit, and oh yeah. McLean, my dad used a word. Kanuki? Has anyone ever heard this before? Kanuki. I like to put my finger in her kanuki. Tom says, Michelob Matt in the house. And then he says, that's nice of Matt to offer to take you for a walk in the woods. Haktui on the horizon. Cobra says, happy weekend. Cobra, it could be a really happy weekend. Like double Haktui. Sharky, cheers all. Good intro pick. Hey Matt, fondled that. Here we go. Sharky, wow. That's a nice Mexican cartel, Turkish mafia, bling bing 98 FS. Clone, baby. Yes, that was sarcasm. Sharky, echo. 5. E5 is just a bit outside. That's a miss. Sharky says, SH, lots of after club fookery Laugh out loud, swinging hot dog outro, baby. Mr. 27 says 68th. Then he says, hi, Brewmat. And last, Smile Money. How come you will not drink most rum? Because you have a traumatic bad experience from rum? Psychosomatic? Nah. I just don't like the way it tastes. I mean, granted, as it turns out, that but Cardi is total ass juice. And if you actually expand beyond, like the Applewood Estates, that's okay, but still, I don't know. The only rum I've ever had that, obviously, as you know, nice eyes. And the hooped earrings. I was told once that when a girl wears hooped earrings, the size of the hoop is the cock that she desires. That's what I was told. Don't know if it's true or not. No, Smile Money, I've never been a fan of rum. I don't particularly like gin. I think the only place that gin has a home is in a Long Island iced tea. Other than that, no, bamboo, and not all bamboo. Not all bamboos are created equal. The bamboo, not the bamboo XO. The XO is almost more like, I actually have it sitting next to a bottle of brandy, and it reminds me more of brandy than it does rum. So, I mean, we were drinking daiquiris, Bacardi daiquiris, celebrating the night that we found out that the hooker was pregnant with Lily. More, you are a true piece of shit when, as a parent, you would do things that you would fuck your own children over. I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say that it never amazes me to find the levels for which, and yet that it's always turned the cheek. And I know Lily's got a good excuse, but I don't care what the excuse is when if one of my parents was just like one of her parents, I could do just exactly what Sam did, and I could walk away forever without a problem. And for the most part, I did. I know I've told the story. My grandmother invited my father and me to her place. She lived in Assland, Wisconsin. And didn't tell either of us that the other was going to be there, and did the whole, wanting to put dad and son and dad together. And let's just put it this way. It got to it was, I'd call him up. I'd call him up on a Saturday or a Sunday. I used to call him once a week, and we'd have a civil conversation. There was never anything bad about the conversation. And then I just one day I just said to myself, you know what? I said, I am always the one calling him. So just out of curiosity, I'll just try not calling. I mean, he always answered the phone and would talk, but let's just try not calling to see what happens. Well, from that moment until he died, 20-something years, almost 30-something years. So, it's just another example that you can blow your load in some woman and get her pregnant. It makes you responsible for having a baby, but it doesn't make you a dad or a father. It makes you a sperm donor. And it goes the other way when it comes to a mother. Unfortunately, I mean, obviously I've never been a mother and carried a baby, but in my world, in my brain, it seems like the difference between, spending a Saturday night, 15 seconds on a Saturday night in there, and then finding out that she's pregnant, it's a lot easier to walk away, not give a shit, be a lousy parent. But when you actually carry that baby, when your body has created that baby, and then on top of that to be, I think, and I'm not making excuses, to be a lousy parent, no matter what direction it goes. But I just think that guys, by design, a one-night stand, and the fact that you're just not a good parent, that's one thing. But when you carried the baby and had the baby and then turned out to be a shit parent, I think that's just a bad mom is just a whole another layer of assholeness. But I could be wrong. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice McNipples. Miss 27 says, hi, bro. Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. I read all of them. I just didn't hit this button yet. Oh, that's because I need to make the TopSide Bloody Mary mix. It's not even worth even opening up the refrigerator and grabbing it. No flavor. I'm very disappointed to know that wherever this place is, I could probably drive there and be there within 15-20 minutes, and they suck. I may or may not use it as a beer additive. I hate to throw it out, but it was one of the cheaper ones I've ever purchased. It was like $7 for the bottle, where most of them are $9 and on up. Overall, I'd give it a 2. Okay, in the club. First in is Rich saying cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Bad says hi, clubbers. Bad. Bad says
Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body.
And Smart Money says cheers, clubbers. Boom. That's it. Okay, pack up all this, hit the road, doing a review from the plush Jolson Estates tomorrow. Don't know if he's going to be there or not. I wouldn't even be able to find out even if I asked him right now, because sometimes he's home from work and still doesn't know until he calls in to find out what the schedule is. So either way, cheers. Unless I'm killed by a large wandering turkey in the road, like every to and from, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.